반복되는 게 힘들던 고수 냄새 이제는 즐길 수도 있어 너 때문에 내가 바뀐 게 하나 둘이야는 건 너도 알고 있니 네 운동화 취향과 네가 좋아하는 만화 잊지 않고 기억하고 있어 Yes I do 편의점 앞에 앉아 마시는 맥주 한 잔도 너와 함께면 근사해지는 거 기름 같은 걸 끼얹나 네 안에 타고 있는 부위에다 네가 내 이름만 불러주면 나 어디든 달려갈 기세야 보고 또 보고 또 봐도 지겹지 않아 예전에 만났던 여자 이름도 기억이 안 나 너와 나란히 걸을 때면 난 시력이 나빠 너가 흘겨본 여자도 전혀 귀엽지 않아
알 수 없어 난 그대가 내게서 어떤 끌림을 느끼는지
그건 말로 못해 네 옆에서 사춘기 아이 같아 I'm telling you 기름 같은 걸 끼얹나 내 안에 닿고 있는 부위에다 네가 내 이름만 불러주면 나 어디든 달려갈 기세야 코코넛 기름 카놀라 기름 올리브 기름 기름 같은 걸 끼얹나? Good night, fellas. Good morning, ladies. 어떤 것 같아?
Whoa, okay. What up,
He's
guys?
asking, what is it like?
Yeah. Our first catch song for today was Verbal Gent featuring Deb, and it was 기름 같은 걸 끼얹나.
So no mafia here.
Yeah, no, it was,
Yeah, it's jazzy,
It was
right?
kind of jazzy, yeah. It wasn't
yeah.
really that down, you know.
It's kind of groovy.
Exactly. You know,
Yeah.
when I first heard the title 기름 같은 걸 끼얹나, I was thinking of like, you know, like mafia, like putting a person. Like, I was like, wait, I don't think that's what he would sing about.
I don't know.
So.
I don't know if you've seen this movie, but there was this Korean movie starring Lee Jung-jae and Hwang Jung-min called 신세계 or New World. It's about mafia. It's a
of course.
noir film. That film was the first thing that came to mind when I heard of this title because the first scene, I think they put like dead people in these barrels and they roll them out into the ocean. I don't know why I thought of this, but anyways, it doesn't have to do with mafia. And you know, Verbal Gent, he has a really nice voice.
He does.
He's actually a voice actor, so his voice is on a lot of commercials here in Korea. He's very smart. He went to the Harvard of Korea, Seoul National University.
Wow.
He even went into law school here, but unfortunately, I think he was kicked out. I'm not sure. He probably went out to pursue other things. Anyways, so you know, he's like you. He's a smart omchina, or you know, everyone wants to be omchina. You know,
Yes.
your mom's friend's son. Anyways, so he's also a DJ for a music program on one of the local radio channels here, and
Wow.
he's a rapper that also looks very good. So very popular, definitely with the ladies.
Of course.
Yeah,
Of course. You
so-
know, he has it all, you know.
Yeah, he seems to have it all, doesn't he?
I'm a little jealous now.
Yeah. So, the lyrics for this song, like I said, it doesn't have anything to do with killing anyone or with the mafia, but it's talking about that fire inside his heart.
Okay,
So
okay,
it
okay.
starts out by saying 기름 같은 걸 끼얹나 내 안에 타고 있는 불 위에다. So it's not that fire, but it's the fire in his heart that's burning, and someone's poured oil on it. So he's like he's
in
really
love.
hot for someone.
Right.
Yeah. And he goes on and he says, 희한하게 너만 보면 한겨울 눈이 쌓인 것처럼 눈이 부셔. So strangely enough, whenever I see you, my eyes are on fire because it's like, you know, on a winter day when there's snow everywhere, when the sun's shining on the snow, you can't see anything, your eyes are blinded.
Right.
He's saying that I feel like that. I feel like my eyes are blinded by you.
By you. Okay,
Yeah. And he says, 나란히 걷다 보면 새콤한 사탕을 물은 듯 침이 고여. So when we're walking together, it feels like I put that sour piece of candy in my mouth because my mouth starts watering. You know that feeling, right?
Like drooling over a girl. Oh.
Exactly. And he goes on and he says, 네 운동화 취향과 네가 좋아하는 만화. So, your taste in sneakers, the comic books that you like, 잊지 않고 기억하고 있어. I remember all of this. You know, I really like guys like this that pay attention to little details.
Right.
Girls really like that. Yeah, so keep that in mind.
Yes.
And he says, 편의점 앞에 앉아 마시는 맥주 한 잔도 너와 함께면 근사해지는 걸. So you're sitting in front of a convenience store. Here in Korea, you can get a lot of, you can sit in front of these convenience stores. You can get cup noodles.
Right.
You can, drink beer. It's a cheap date, basically.
Yes.
So he's saying, we're on a cheap date. We can be on a cheap date. We could just be drinking beer in front of a convenience store.
Right.
But if it's with you, that I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. 근사해지는 거. It's a fabulous state as long as you are with me. Yeah, so I don't know. I kind of like this guy. And then he says, 예전에 만났던 여잔 이름도 기억이 안 나. The girls that I've seen in the past, I can't even remember their names. 너와 나란히 걸을 때면 난 시력이 나빠. You know how girls always complain about guys when you walk together, if there's a pretty girl walking by, it's instinct. It's kind of wired in them. They have to turn around and look.
Of course.
But he says, when I'm walking with you, my vision, I have blurry vision. I can't see anything else. I can't see anyone else but you. And he says, 너가 흘겨본 여자도 전혀 귀엽지 않아. Now, girls have this really strange thing. If they see a pretty girl, they start kind of building that wall and they give them looks and they start, if you're in a room and if there's other people around, you automatically, I think girls judge. If she's prettier than me, if she's better looking than I am.
Wow.
So if there is a pretty girl, they usually give them that kind of look. And he's talking about that. He's like, okay, so, there's that girl that you're kind of glaring at because you might feel kind of, threatened by her. But he's saying, she's not cute at all. Yeah, so he's saying, don't worry. You're the only one that I see right now. So he's saying, 기름 같은 걸 끼얹나? Are you pouring oil over it? 내 안에 타고 있는 불 위에 on top of my fire that's growing inside my heart. 내 이름만 불러주면 나 어디든 달려갈 기세야. If you just call my name, I am ready to run to you anywhere. And then he starts talking about different types of oil, like coconut oil, canola oil, olive oil, 기름 같은 걸 끼얹나, and he kind of laughs. So yeah, it's a really sweet song if you think about it.
Yeah, it's a very sweet song. It's actually very different from what
you imagined, right? Well, yeah, it's different from what I imagined too, and. I don't know, I like guys who pay attention to those little details. So he had me at, I can remember the type of shoes that you like. I can remember the type of comic books that you like. Because those are really things that girls say in passing. But they don't expect their boyfriends to remember that sort of stuff. But if they do, then they're like, you'll earn like 50 brownie points.
Really?
Yeah, of course. Trust me.
Guys, you heard it first from Karen. Take it down, write some notes.
Yeah, little things, little details is what's important.
I'm very curious as to not just like the small things, but what do girls like in general? What do they want from their guys?
Well, you think that a lot of guys think you have to, give them expensive gifts or remember, important dates. Well, remembering important dates, I think, is very important, but it doesn't have to be something that's really expensive. I feel like when girls, first of all, they have to feel secure. So, just like the lyrics here, my eyesight's really bad. My vision's bad. I can't see anyone. That girl that you feel threatened by, she's like nothing. She doesn't mean anything.
Right.
So you first of all have to feel secure. You also have to, I don't know. Personally, I feel like as long as I can tell that he's genuinely, in love, and these little things, the little things, little details, like,
Right.
I don't know, I can't think of a really good example, but if I mentioned that I wanted to, I don't know, drink a certain type of tea from a tea place that
Right.
we went to a couple years ago, and then
Right.
out of the blue, if your boyfriend brought that to you, that would be something that really kind of moves you.
Of course.
So little details, just because a lot of times girls feel like guys don't listen to them, to what they're saying. So, and I feel like a lot of guys don't. It just kind of goes out one year, comes in one year, goes out the other year. But
Right.
if you do something like that, the girl knows that he's actually listening to you. Yeah.
Great advice, guys. Great guys. You heard it first from Karen. Great advice.
Well, that's me personally, but I mean, other girls could be moved by different things. Maybe, I mean, I'm sure there are girls who are moved by expensive gifts. I mean,
Of course.
guys like expensive gifts too.
Yes.
So, but if you don't have a lot of money, you don't have to worry, because you can try to find something that is within your budget that can actually move the girlfriend even further.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the song is talking about kind of like a passionate love.
Yeah, burning up, right?
Right.
Yeah.
They say that passionate love, that burns up also dies down quickly. Do you believe that?
I think to some degree, yes, it is true. It is true. So, when we're thinking about marriage and stuff, of course, there's that initial stage when you're burning up and you feel like you can't live without this other person.
Right.
And I feel like that kind of lasts maybe, I don't know, 3-4 months. And then after that, I think it's actually more comfortable when you are in love with someone that is like a friend.
Oh.
Instead of that burning love. Experiencing that burning love is good, but when that burning love, sometimes when we don't feel that burning love, we mistake it as our love dying, or we're not in love with that person anymore. But I don't
course.
think it's necessarily, thinking that, we're not in love anymore, but it's just kind of changed into a different kind of love.
Right.
And lasting relationships, I think it's actually better if it's not that sort of burning desire for someone,
Right.
but if it's more of this friendship, sort of, you can rely on them and trust them.
Of course.
That is probably what makes a lasting relationship.
That's great
Yeah.
advice.
Yeah. Wow.
I know, not just love, but I know, like, passionate, like, when you, like, become passionate about something, the passion kind of dies down quickly.
Yeah.
Have you ever had that experience with, like, shopping or, like
Yeah,
a game or...
Yeah, for example, for girls, I know girls love bags. And for me, I like doing a lot of eye shopping, and I shop online a lot. So I put these things in my wish box, I think it's called. A wish list.
Yeah.
Something like that. So you keep it there. And you think you're going to die without it. So you keep looking at it and you're like, okay, I need to buy it. How much do I have to save up? How much do I have to save up? And then a couple months pass and you're like, and then so for me, I actually wait about a year, and if I still want it, I buy it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's a long time. I don't know if I could wait.
Yeah, I don't know. So the sunglasses that I recently bought, I've been thinking about it. I realized I've been thinking about it for about a year.
Wow.
And then I finally made the decision to buy it. But, it's not even something that's that expensive, but,
Right.
it's just something that you don't really need, because I already have 10 sunglasses. So, I think just keeping it and thinking about it a little bit and not doing anything rash when you have that passion, that burning up desire to do something
Right.
is sometimes a little bit better than just going out and acting on it.
Right.
Yeah.
For me, like, personally, I'm a very passionate, like, shopper. I'm not a passionate shopper, but, like, when I go, like, if I see something, I'll buy it.
Do you
like,
just buy it?
immediately? Like,
Yeah.
like the person that, can I give you, like, this size? No, I don't need to size. I'll buy it right now.
Yeah,
Like,
if I like it, I'm usually like that too. But I
Yeah.
realize that if I keep doing that, I don't know. I mean, it's okay as long as I feel like there's a certain limit. But now I have to think about my family. I have to think
Right.
about, saving up for our son's college tuition and stuff. So
course.
I have to hold myself back a little bit.
definitely, like, and then after I buy it, like, I'll look at the clothes, like, a week later. It's like, why did I buy this stuff?
Yeah, exactly.
Why did I waste so much money on it?
Yeah.
And then I get a call from my mom, like, what are you doing?
What
with
are you
your money?
doing?
Yeah.
Right. So I'd like to have this little thing where if it's under a certain amount of money, then I'm like, okay, if I like it, I'll buy it. But I've bought so many things where even if it's cheap, I buy it and then I don't use it. Like
Yeah,
shoes,
exactly.
I do that all the time.
Definitely.
Yeah. So you really should think about it before buying it.
Yeah, guys, don't go around just spending your money, like, just throwing it all over the place like I do. Or else you might get in trouble by your mom. What up, Mom?
Yeah.
I apologize, Mom.
Hi, Aaron's mom.
Well, I think our listeners really got a good grasp of what the song is talking about. Let's move on to our second catch song, Karen.